A gun pointed right at his head, his female co-worker sexually assaulted.
It's an attack that has haunted a Braintree doctor for more than 3 decades, but now the eerie similarities to another crime and a nationwide manhunt could finally lead to justice.
New tonight, 5 Investigates' Karen Anderson takes us inside the case on a night that a doctor remembers as if it was yesterday.
I thought I was going to get shot. I was going to be killed on Christmas Eve, and it kept running through my mind, I'm going to die Christmas Eve.
A terrifying memory for Dr. Brian Morris. On December 24th, 1989, he was working at a medical clinic on Granite Street in Braintree with 2 female colleagues when a man walked in. He asked if he could come behind the front desk and throw something out, then pulled out a gun.
I couldn't believe what I was actually seeing. I was staring at the gun and I thought, wow, this is a real instrument of death pointed at me.
The gunman methodically ordered the 3 to go into separate exam rooms.
It seemed very well planned. He separated us like he was following a script of sorts.
What he didn't know then, in one of those rooms, the intruder sexually assaulted one of the female employees and then got away.
I think he went out through the back door, or we went to the back door. We didn't see a car, we didn't see him.
3 weeks later, a press conference where authorities said they believe the attack was the work of a suspected serial rapist. They believe the same man committed sexual assaults and robberies also in Boston, Norwood, and Framingham. The suspect described as a heavy-set white male. The case was featured on the show Unsolved Mysteries. Dr. Morris played himself.
And then it just sort of went nowhere, and I thought, wow, this guy has just disappeared from society. It was like, in my mind, that he just sort of disappeared from the United States.
The memories of that day faded, but never really went away. Then in May, this announcement.
An individual, Stephen Paul Gale.
A suspect identified in the Framingham rape thanks to forensic genetic genealogy. Stephen Paul Gale, charged with raping 2 female employees at a retail store near Shoppers World, just 3 days after the Braintree attack. Do you believe that same man, Stephen Paul Gale, is the man who came into your walk-in clinic?
I do. In fact, it seemed to me afterwards that maybe he had done this before, that this was maybe a familiar activity. Because he didn't look shaky or nervous or stutter or anything like that. He seemed quite calm.
And he noticed a similarity with the Framingham case.
What gives me chills is that many times he said to me, "Don't look at me."
Here's what the survivors in the Framingham attack told us.
He kept saying over and over again, "Don't look at me.
Don't look at me. Don't look at me or I'll blow you away."
Now, 34 years later, Dr. Morris is still practicing medicine. He has lost touch with his former colleagues, but remains hopeful for justice.
These are horrible people with horrific crimes that they commit, and it's just not fair that they should live seemingly normal lives and enjoy the freedoms that they have taken away from other people.
The Braintree police chief tells me Stephen Gale is a person of interest and they are actively looking at their case. Gale is the subject of a nationwide manhunt being led by the U.S. Marshals. Anyone with information about where he might be is asked to call the Marshals or Framingham Police. In the newsroom, Karen Anderson, 5 Investigates.